A warrior's life is dangerous, no matter what time period you live in. These men fight for their country or cause, sometimes sacrificing their lives so that they can achieve victory. But what if there was something that you could do to boost your odds of survival on the battlefield? Would you do it? Well, the Moche people did, and some historians believe it actually worked. The Moche culture flourished in what is now Peru, between the years 100 and 800 AD. This pre-Columbian society was known for many things, including their impressive art, architecture, and powerful rulers. Theirs was a theocratic state, ruled by a king who was considered a divine intermediary between the human world and the spiritual one. The king held immense power and wealth and was often deified after his death. Moche society was also highly stratified, with a clear hierarchy that dictated the roles and status of its members. At the top of this social pyramid were the nobles, followed by the priests, warriors, merchants, artisans, and farmers. At the bottom were the laborers and slaves. Moche religion played a significant role in all aspects of their culture. They worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each associated with different natural phenomena and aspects of daily life. Fertility, rain, war, the sun and the moon were all subjects of their religious beliefs. The Moche people built massive temples and pyramids to honor their deities, and their rituals often involved animal sacrifice and offerings to the gods. As a warrior in this society, you would have been part of a military elite, likely higher up on the societal rungs than most of your contemporaries. You would have fought alongside other elite soldiers in the army, defending the borders of the empire from neighboring tribes. It would have been an incredibly stressful job, and it would take a toll on anyone who did it for long enough. Some scholars think that these elite soldiers may have used amulets to help them survive on the battlefield. Archaeologists found several of these small charms buried with warriors, leading them to believe that they were created to protect their wearers from harm. Today, you can find these ancient talismans in museum collections around the world, but their origins are still shrouded in mystery. We don't know much about the Moche people, because they didn't leave behind any written records for us to decipher. We've learned a lot from the artifacts they left behind, though, and their work is truly beautiful. Because of this lack of written records, much of what we know about the Moche comes from Spanish colonial sources, which may not be entirely reliable, since the Spanish were known for their biased and often inaccurate accounts of indigenous cultures. When archaeologists unearthed these amulets, they were excited to finally get more insight into how the Moche people lived. With over 60 examples of these artifacts in museums today, researchers are slowly learning more about them. The question is, what exactly are they and what were they used for? Some are small statues with bird-like features, while others look like animals, such as jaguars or snakes. There are even some amulets in the shape of body parts, like hands or heads. Researchers aren't sure yet what the different shapes mean, but they have some theories based on the other artifacts found at the burial sites. Many of the amulets have been discovered alongside other objects, such as weapons, jewelry, and ceramics. Some have also been found in tombs or hidden under floors, which suggests that they may have been used in rituals or religious ceremonies. It's possible that the various shapes represent different deities or supernatural beings that the Moche people believed could help protect them in battle. For example, the jaguar was a powerful symbol in Moche culture, representing strength, courage, and ferocity. Warriors may have worn these amulets to gain favor from the jaguar god or to call upon his power in battle. Birds, on the other hand, were associated with speed, agility, and freedom. A bird amulet might have been used to invoke the power of the sky or to protect the wearer from harm. Researchers think that these amulets were created using lost wax casting, a technique where a mold is made around a model and then filled with molten metal. Once the metal has hardened, the mold is broken open and the finished amulet is removed. It takes a skilled artisan to make these detailed pieces. And there are a few examples of amulets with incredible detail, down to the feathers on the bird's wings or the scales on the jaguar's back. The fact that so many of these amulets have survived for centuries is a testament to the skill of the Moche craftsmen. But amulets aren't the only pieces of art that they created. The Moche were also known for their stunning pottery, which often depicted scenes from daily life, mythology, and the natural world. Their ceramics were not only functional works of art, but also served as a way to communicate their culture and beliefs. The discovery of these amulets in warrior graves suggests that they may have been seen as powerful tools to protect against injury or even death. Some scholars have suggested that they may have been used as a last resort when all other means of defense had failed. If the Moche warriors believed that their amulets could protect them, then they would have been more likely to stand and fight instead of running away or surrendering. However, there is little evidence to support this theory. No battle accounts or other written records have been found that mention the use of magic or amulet, and it's possible that the Moche warriors simply carried the amulets for luck, rather than using them as part of a deliberate strategy. It's also possible that the amulets were used as a way to intimidate the enemy. If the Moche warriors wore amulets that symbolized the power of the gods, then it may have given them a sense of confidence and power on the battlefield. However, this theory is also difficult to prove without written records or other forms of documentation. Overall, the use of amulets by Moche warriors remains a mystery. While they have been found in a number of tombs and archaeological sites, there is no direct evidence to suggest that they were used in battle. It's possible that they were simply seen as powerful symbols of protection and good luck, similar to the way that some people wear lucky charms or carry protective talismans. But there is another theory about these amulets that may explain why they were buried with the warriors. Some scholars believe that the Moche people practiced a form of human sacrifice. This would have been a terrifying ordeal for anyone involved, both the person being sacrificed and the person doing the sacrificing. If that's true, then it makes sense that the sacrificers wouldn't want to go alone. So they took their precious artifacts with them into the afterlife. That way, they would always have something valuable to comfort them as they entered the unknown. In order to understand the full context of these artifacts, we need to learn more about Moche society, culture, and beliefs. This will help us determine whether or not the amulets were actually used in battle, and what role they played in the religious practices of the time. Until then, the true purpose of these amulets will remain a mystery. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think the Moche amulets were used for? Were they lucky charms, protective talismans, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about ancient artifacts. The quest to uncover ancient mysteries is never ending, and there are plenty more artifacts waiting to be discovered. Who knows what secrets they hold, and what new discoveries they will reveal about our past. All we have to do is keep digging. One thing's for sure, though, the Moche people were incredibly skilled artists. The level of detail on some of these amulets is truly remarkable and shows the talent of the artisans who created them. If you could talk to one of these artisans, what would you ask them? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you enjoyed learning about the Moche amulets and the mysterious Moche culture. If you want to learn more about ancient artifacts, be sure to check out our other videos. We explore fascinating discoveries from around the world and share the stories behind them. So hit the subscribe button now to join our community of history lovers and never miss an exciting new video.